This episode is sponsored by Once Upon a Galaxy. It's a new card game that I'm having a delightful time with. You can download it right now for free on Steam or mobile at kindafunny.com/galaxy.
This episode is sponsored by Arc Raiders, where you and your squad can explore future Earth and brave killer robots to secure the best loot on the planet. Arc Raiders is available now for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special episode of the Kinda Funny Screencast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside In Your Dreams is Alex Wu. Hello, Alex.
Hey, Greg. How's it going?
I'm doing very well to have you in the building. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for making the time to come through here. You know, I think one of the unexpected joys of being a parent is how it has expanded my repertoire and the cast I bring into Kinda Funny now. Because inevitably, Ben will find something on Netflix and we will start watching it and I'll be like, this is really good. And I will send that person a message and then before you know it, they're here on the show. So,
Yeah,
of course.
That's how it happened. You slid into my DMs. And
I do. That's what I do. You know, I'm known for interrupting people by phone calling them once I have your number now. Now, anytime. Gloves are off. If you get a phone call from me, you're on a show live.
That's why I gave you my number.
Thank you. I appreciate that. For people who don't know, what is In Your Dreams?
It's an animated movie on Netflix that launched about a month ago.
Yeah.
And it's about these two kids, Stevie and Elliot, who go off into their own dreams looking for the Sandman, who's the giver of dreams.
Of course.
Why, you know, he sprinkles sand over your eyes. That's why you wake up with those crusties.
Of course. Yeah, I know the Sandman well. He gets me often.
Yeah. And if they can find him in the dream world, he can make their dreams come true.
Okay.
So yeah, they venture off to try and find him, but there are nightmares lurking around every corner, and so they got to face their deepest fears in order to get to him.
Yeah, this is so good that it was one of the rare days where I got to sleep in. Usually on a weekday, I like to let my wife sleep in and I run the morning shift. I was too exhausted, so I did it. And I came out and I caught like the final 45, 30 minutes.
Okay.
And there's a lot of musical numbers there at the end. It's not a musical, but there's musical numbers and all stuff. And then it was like, I'm like, is that Simu? Like, you have such a cast in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, this is actually awesome. And it was to the point then of like, for days after, I was like, Ben, you want to watch In Your Dreams again? You want to do this again? And he's like, he loves Baloney Tony. So he was like, yeah, we can watch In Your Dreams again. So I've seen it a few times since then and I've been impressed every time. And I think that's where I want to start the conversation, where I want to talk about how this happened, how you got here, what you do, because you're a writer-director on this. That's your title for this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Co-writer, director. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically it started 10 years ago when you guys started.
Yeah.
Around 2016. So I was working at Pixar at the time.
Sure.
I'd worked there for about 10 years. And then I saw what Netflix was doing with streaming and originals.
Sure.
And I just got so excited about what I felt like was going to be this kind of streaming revolution that was going to happen in the industry, which it has happened.
Spoilers, that happened, yeah.
But yeah, I just got so excited about what was possible with streaming and original content. And so I tapped two of my friends on the shoulder. I was like, hey, do you want to do something crazy and like leave Pixar and start our own studio?
Yeah.
And
what did you call it?
We called it Cuckoo Studios.
Because it's crazy?
Yeah, because Crazy Studios sounds stupid. So we were like, well, Cuckoo's kind of cute.
Yeah.
So yeah, we called it Cuckoo, and yeah, to my surprise, they like jumped ship with me, and we spent that first year just sort of dreaming up ideas for TV shows and movies that we wanted to see that we felt like nobody else was making.
Yeah.
And one of those ideas was a movie about the world of dreams.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of where it came from.
Well, I loved it because, you know, dialing back into it. Hold on, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Let me open this up. Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Is that Craig Robinson?
Oh, shit.
Hello, Craig. How are you?
What's up, Craig?
Hey, what's cool? What's happening, Alex? Hey, everybody, how's it going?
Good, man. What's up with you? What's the word?
I'm just chilling with my baloney Tonys.
Now, why does you didn't bring me or my son a baloney Tony?
I know. Craig took them all. That's why. He's got all three of them that are left in the world.
We were just talking about the cast here. Of course, Mr. Craig Robinson is, in fact, Baloney Tony. Craig, why did you want to be Baloney Tony?
What are you kidding? It's the best character I've ever done. I've ever been a part of. He's hysterical. He got some heart. He had to find some courage. It's a beautiful, beautiful story.
Well, that's fantastic. I love that. How did you meet him in auditions, Alex? How did this happen?
No, I mean, I've been a fan of Craig's since as far as I can remember. I mean, Hot Tub Time Machine is like classic. And then obviously The Office, Daryl in The Office, he's just so good in that. But yeah, I've just been a fan of his for years. And then when it came time to casting Baloney Tony, he was like my top choice. And we were so lucky that he was willing to do it.
Craig, do you find yourself, are you often asked to be one-eyed stuffed animals all the time that have baloney shoved in their back?
This is the first time. It's the first time. I'm looking forward to more, hopefully as a sequel. But, I don't know. My mouth to God's ears.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, Craig. It's always a pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you for having me. What's up, Alex? All right.
What's up, Craig? Thanks for calling in. Good to see you.
Yes, of course.
All right, you take care.
Yep.
What a nice man. You know what I mean? Calling in. That's what that's like. I usually call the people.
So now you have his number. You're going to be calling him all the time, right?
Oh, you know what? We'll see how if our text is. That's when you get a restraining order. When I'm like, you're on the Kind of Funny. He's like, what the hell is the Kind of Funny Games cast? I have no idea what you're talking about. I want to talk about the cast. I want to talk about the characters. Of course, I want to remind you that this is Kind of Funny Screencast each and every week. Sometimes Kind of Funny brings you this show to talk about movies, TV, everything we're watching. You, of course, know Kind of Funny is all about live programming. We're an 11-person small business in San Francisco that each and every day runs you through the nerdy video game news and topics you need to know about before delving into the world of pop culture. If you like that, get a membership, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, patreon.com/kindoffunny, Apple and Spotify. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney the Psalm Twining. But for now, back to In Your Dreams, because my question I want to start with is this, I guess, Alex. And this, I want people to go watch this film. I've been very, oh yeah, you'll get used to it. It kind of feels Bob Barkery, where you're like, and now on the wheel. I want people to go watch this, but I feel like the way I want to talk about it almost sounds spoilery, but it's not. Stick with me, everybody. And so where I want to start with In Your Dreams is the end. And what I found, again, in those 30 minutes that I got to watch first before I ran back and, ran it back again, was the idea that it's not that it doesn't have a happy ending. It's not that it has a sad ending. Yeah. I feel like it has a real ending.
Yeah.
And I feel like growing up, watching kids' movies, quote unquote, cartoons, animated stuff, and then even movies made for kids, right?
Yeah.
You always had that overly sweet happy ending, right? We're on the precipice right now of Christmas, and my wife wants to show our 4-year-old Hook for the first time this year, which I'm all about. Fantastic movie. I love it, right?
Yeah.
But again, Hook is pretty much an example of this, where it's like, Robin Williams as a dad at the beginning sucks, right? He's bad to his wife. He's ignoring his kids. Then he comes out and everything's going to change. I'm throwing away the phone. I'm a new man, right? In Your Dreams, and the whole journey, right, is this little girl, teenage girl, and her little brother dealing with the fact that it seems like their parents are drifting apart. Yeah. And we end that in a real spot that is, hey, this isn't everything's all fine and rosy, but this is real, and we're going to be okay because we've proved what this family is.
Yeah.
I have so many questions. Was that a hard sell? Is that what movies are now? Does a brand like Netflix want to tackle that kind of stuff? Like, wherever you want to come at that, let me know.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're saying that, because the ending was always, that sort of real ending was always part of the original vision for the show.
Yeah.
A lot of this film is sort of based off of my own very imperfect family. And, my parents had a bit of a rocky marriage when I was growing up. I mean, they still do. I mean, they've been married for almost 50 years now.
Yeah.
It's
marriage is never easy.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I grew up watching movies like The Parent Trap. And it just made me think like, oh, you know what? I can make my parents' marriage perfect. Like, I can save them.
Yep.
And I think there's fun in that, like that sort of escapism, that sort of like fantasy, wish fulfillment. But then if there's too much of that and there's nothing to sort of balance out that conversation, I think it's like, it can be unhealthy for kids. And
for sure. Yeah.
And so we wanted to make a story that was sort of an antidote to the Parent Trap films, that gave you a little bit more of a realistic sort of take on families and on life. So I'm so glad that you. Well, I
think it's what made it stand out to me. And again, I think that's something I see more and more in terms of what you're getting, right? Even when I think of your old stomping grounds, Pixar, right? The softball show they just did that I was such a big fan of.
Yeah.
God, that's gonna drive me crazy. I loved it. I did shows about it.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Pixar softball. Pixar softball. No, it's a software engineer. I'm like, no. Win or lose.
Yes, win or
Damn,
lose.
I was so close on that. Even win or lose there's so much of that tied up in what makes it special. And I think a question I would have for you off of that is how much of these times when you're making, again, a kid's movie, you know, because I always see you in Netflix, we're number whatever in the kids' movies, which you've been very high. Congratulations. But it is the idea, I assume, you are tackling making this for obviously to give a narrative and a story to a kid, a story anybody can enjoy, but more importantly, something the parents can get behind and enjoy as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you want to do is, I think with art, what makes it powerful is if you're honest and if you're truthful, if you're telling the truth. And I think the truth is that like life doesn't always work out the way that you want it to. You know, it's not. Your dreams don't always come true. I mean, that was actually one of the questions I wanted to answer with this film. Is like, what do you do when your dreams don't come true? Like, how do you move forward? How do you have optimism and hope? And how do you keep going? Yeah. And the answer was, well, you hold hands with the people that you love, and you just like get through the mess together.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was really important to us, and I thought it was like a great message for kids and families to have, because I think if you give them too much of the wish fulfillment and the escapism, you're setting them up for disappointment.
Yeah. That's good. I like that answer. That's a good answer. You've done this once or twice. That's the other thing. I follow you on Instagram. You're doing speaking engagements left and right. You're out there hustling for this film, which I love as somebody who hustles for this company.
Yeah. I mean, we're really lucky. I mean, Netflix really believes in the movie. They've been giving us a lot of like support on the marketing side. So yeah, and part of that is me trying to sell the film. One of my really good friends, Pete Sohn, who directed Elemental and he directed Dinosaur. I used to work with him at Pixar.
Yeah.
When I finished the movie, I called him or I texted him. I was like, "Hey, I finally finished." And he's like, "Congratulations, you're 50% done." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, half the job of a director is making the movie. The other half is actually getting people to watch it."
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Talk to me about that. Because I think, a long, long time ago, when you're talking about, us for 10 years, you for 10 years, right, of doing this, even before we broke off and did Kind of Funny on our own, I had this rude awakening of I started my YouTube channel and I put up my first set of videos and I was like, well, on Twitter at the time, I had like 90,000 people following me. So I'm like, clearly I'll get 30 to 55,000 views everything I put up, right? And it's like, just crickets. You're barely cracking over 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Like I really quickly then, and then even today, as somebody who has such a dedicated audience and all this stuff, like it still astonishes me to some degree how hard it is to get people to click on something. And I mean this episode, right? Like Screencast, so I know you are getting the whole Kind of Funny experience here, right? We're famous for video games. So Screencast is something we do when we're passionate about something, but that often means then no one's expecting it. It's in no one's rhythm. It's not that they're like, oh, it's Friday, I'm watching Screencast. So even this episode on YouTube is going to have such a small number compared to everything else, right? And it's trying to figure out, how is that for you then in Hollywood making these kind of things? It takes years to fire these things off. You made Corey Carson, which, like, again, when I went to your Instagram that day to tell you how great this movie was, and I found out you were behind Corey Carson, another thing Ben loves that I love, that me and my wife love, is like, damn. But I also know that I come in and I talk about any of these shows, and all of them, Kevin now has a son, Tim's about to have a daughter, all of them like crickets. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. You know, and it's crazy. How are you going about marketing a film on your own while Netflix is doing their part as well? But like, what does that look like for you?
I mean, it's like talking to people like you. I think it's, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to break through because there's just so much stuff out there. And everything, everybody's vying for everybody's attention. And you just hope that, like, when people watch it, like you, and they like it, they're going to tell their friends about it. And really, I think word of mouth is really what's going to get this thing, to
a wider audience.
Yeah, to a wider audience and to like grow in viewership. So, I think the movie's really good. We're really proud of it, and everybody who's seen it loves it. So, we're just hoping that word of mouth continues to spread.
One of the funny things about this and the world and the connections and how small it truly is that the day I posted about In Your Dreams, and you and I started talking, and you sent some artwork of Baloney Tony that I put up or whatever, and yada yada. A Kind of Funny best friend, which is what we call the audience, put up his own thing of like, it's so crazy to see Greg talking about this because my company is the one making the 100-foot inflatable baloney Tonys. And it was like, wow, like to see that and understand the way it's all connected in such an odd way is so fun.
Yeah. I actually haven't even seen that 50-foot baloney Tony blow up because I've been traveling all over the place.
Yeah.
They put them up in, I think there's 3 in LA. There's one at the Glendale Mall and the Americana.
Okay.
And then a Westfield Mall in Century City, or I don't know exactly where the locations are, but I haven't seen any of them because I've just been like traveling around promoting the film.
Well, I have good news, bad news.
Okay.
We have a man on the inside, right? This is Kind of Funny best friend. He put up a story 2 days ago that was like, Tony, they're already coming down, Baloney Tony.
Yeah.
He's like, and it's going back on the shelf or whatever. And my wife DM'd him and was like, what happens to Baloney Tony now? And he's like, he just sits on this shelf until, so we could probably get you a 50-foot tall Baloney Tony sometime.
I want to put it in my front yard.
You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. Like, there you go. You want to have the best Halloween, Christmas, 4th of July decorations, right? Get this Home Depot skeleton everybody loves. Get rid of that. This is what it's all going to be about.
Oh, man, you got to give me that guy's number.
Sure, I'll connect you for sure. That's what we do here on Kind of Funny, of course.
There's 3 of them. You can have the second
one. Let me tell you, we have a shark in the back. We have a Home Depot megalodon in the back that I'm shocked has made it this far. It's all in the way in the back now. You can't see it.
It's pretty awesome.
It's amazing, but I thought for sure Nick Scarpino, who you met earlier, when you leave, just glance at everyone's desk and then Nick's desk, and you'll understand how clean and organized Nick is. I'm surprised that's lasted that long. A 50-foot baloney Tony on the ceiling, or the roof of the place. I don't know how that would go for sure. Of course, as I was saying, we are Kind of Funny, and we couldn't do this without your support. Remember, of course, you can get all of our shows ad-free by going to patreon.com/kindoffunny, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, Apple and Spotify. Toss us $10. Get 80 episodes of ad-free content each and every month, and get your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a one-man podcast/video we call Greg White. But right now, you're not using your benefits. So here's a word from our sponsors.
Guys, we had an indie company reach out to us hoping we could help promote their card game. I checked it out and I'm having a delightful time. It's called Once Upon a Galaxy. I downloaded it and it's really easy to get started. I instantly started finding crazy combos, developing my strategy, and admiring the beautiful character art. Something super unique and cool is its PvP, but there are no timers. Start a game, set your phone down for 5 minutes, and pick it up and jump back in right where you left off. How do they do this? PvP with no timers? I don't know. It's magic. The games are quick, but really lives up to the phrase, easy to learn, impossible to master. I keep finding new stuff every time I play. I love the themes and the art of the cards, from fairy tale heroes and villains to sharks with lasers on their heads. I also love setting up sweet support characters on my backline to help boost my frontline cards. Once Upon a Galaxy is crossplay on your phone and PC. You can download it right now for free. Head over to kindoffunny.com/galaxy to check it out.
If you live for high-stakes runs, tight teamwork, and that rush when the extraction timer is ticking down, this might be your next obsession. You've already seen us obsessing over Arc Raiders, the multiplayer extraction adventure set on a lethal future Earth where mechanized killing machines rule the surface and humanity hides below. As a raider, you brave topside to loot, complete quests, fight Arc robots, and extract safely if you can. Underground in Speranza, you'll upgrade your den, boost your abilities, and gear up for raids. On the surface, there are no rules. Swarms of drones, massive robots, and rival raiders make every trip unique. Choose solo, duo, or squad of 3, but rival players are never far away. Team up or take their loot. What kind of raider will you be in the Rust Belt? Arc Raiders is available now for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC.
This episode's brought to you by HelloFresh. You may have heard of HelloFresh. They're the #1 meal kit in America, making home cooking easier with chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients delivered straight to your door. But this fall, they're serving up even more to love. This isn't the HelloFresh you remember. It's bigger. HelloFresh has doubled its menu. Now you can choose from 100 options each week, including new seasonal dishes and recipes from around the world. Get steak and seafood recipes delivered every week for no extra cost. Now, with 3 times the seafood options. So many of us here at Kind of Funny have been using and loving HelloFresh for years, and now you can too. The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/kindoffunny10FM now to get 10 free meals plus a free breakfast for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/kindafunny10FM to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. This episode's brought to you by Aura Frames. Here's my holiday pattern. Tell myself I'll be thoughtful, panic at the last minute, buy a gift card. This year, you can skip the panic and give an Aura frame. No lie, Aura frames are undeniably the best gift I have ever given, and I'm gonna be sad when I run out of people to give it to because I'll never give a gift this great again. Families, friends, partners, everyone loves being able to have beautiful frames showing off their loved ones and favorite memories. Multiple people at Kind of Funny have Aura frames on their desks, and it's always a treat to walk by and see what fun memory is there. There's unlimited storage, so you can add as many photos and videos as you can find. Just download the Aura app and connect to Wi-Fi with no hidden fees. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver Mat frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, by using promo code KINDOFFUNNY at checkout. That's AURAFrames.com, promo code KINDOFFUNNY. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
You have a funny story. We're back from ad break.
Okay.
But you're just rolling.
My cousin Sam is one of the co-founders of Patreon.
No way.
Yes, and I remember when he pitched me the idea of Patreon way back in like 2010 or 9 or something. And it's amazing that his company basically allowed you guys to exist as a company.
I mean, you talk about that, but it's like 100% true. Of like, have you talked to him about me and that you're here?
No, I need to.
You should do.
I didn't know that. Patreon
of
was a
you
reason
didn't know
you guys
that.
were able to.
No. Like, it's one of those where it's like not even. I believe it was Sam where the night, like, because 10 years ago, Patreon was just getting started. We were just getting started.
Yeah.
And it was, the story goes that we were the first visitors they had to that first real SF office they had on 9th or whatever it was. Where like we came over and it was them peeling the film off the windows and moving the couch in literally.
Yeah.
And we pitched them on it and they're like, no, this is what you should be doing. This is how it's going to be. And I remember the night before being able to text him and be like, dude, this is broken and I can't. They were working on it with us on their end, making it work. That's incredible.
Man, that's so cool. Yeah.
Small world. See the connections. That's
Let's see if we can get Sam to call in on FaceTime. Do you have his number?
Let's see if I still do. Sam. Well, the problem is that what I put it as, I got a lot of Sams. This is back in the day when I wouldn't be trying too hard.
I have his number.
Okay, do it. But you got to put it. You have to put it to the microphone, otherwise we won't hear it. Oh yeah, I remember Sam. What? How do I not have? Yeah. Anyways, call Sam. You texted him first?
Yeah.
See, that's what I like about you. I do the same thing when I do.
You never
calls.
know. Maybe he's in the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, you're gonna be live on a show. Don't open up screaming something offensive. Yeah, because I think Sam was one of them. Where our story went that we went to VidCon, we did a panel, we came off, and we were like signing autographs and taking photos. And this group of guys walked by and they double taked and ran over like Greg Miller from IGN. I'm like, yeah, what's up, blah, blah. And then I looked down after talking to them. I was like, oh, you're wearing a Patreon shirt. Do you know them? And he's like, yeah, I'm the VP, and this is that. And I'm like, wait, what? Like you actually are Patreon, and that's the whole thing for us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was so the story. Like him and Jack were roommates in college.
Yeah.
And Jack wanted to find a way to like support his music.
Pamplemousse, yeah, can't forget. Yeah.
And that's how it's all started. And then
so that's fascinating. Then, so did he inspire you in any way to leave Pixar?
No, not directly. But I think just being in San Francisco,
everybody's got a startup.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's got a startup. Everybody's like, pursuing their dreams and like, trying to build these companies. And, our vision wasn't to build like a giant empire or a company or anything. We just wanted to make art, right? We just wanted to make movies and TV shows that we felt like, other people weren't making. So that was that's what inspired us to jump ship.
Yeah, I mean, again, the stories are so similar, even though they're very different tracks, but very parallel, right? Of like us being at IGN, which is the world's biggest video game entertainment website. Yeah. And then, we want to go do this. You being at Pixar and having worked on stuff like WALL-E, right? Another Ben favorite.
Oh, man.
God, I've seen WALL-E a few times.
Oh, my God. It's so good.
But to jump off then and go, like, how does that work for you as a person? Like, are you confident you're going to be able to leave and make money right away? Like,
no way.
Animation and films and everything, it takes so much time.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we called it Cuckoo Studios, because it was crazy what we were doing. And we basically gave ourselves like 3 years. We were like, okay, if we can't get a show greenlit within the first 3 or 4 years, like the universe is telling us probably should go back. And then luckily after that second year, we got our first show, which was Go Go Corey Carson.
And it's so good. If you don't watch Go Go Corey Carson, everybody get on it. I love Corey Carson.
Yeah, we're really proud of it. It's a special show. So yeah, I mean, that's really how it happened. The first year we had no business. We just saved up a bunch of money and we were like, okay, let's just like spend that first year just playing, sandboxing. And from that first year, we came up with In Your Dreams. We came up with Go Go Corey Carson. We came up with another feature that I can't talk about yet. But
you can't. Come on, exclusive.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. We're trying to get that off the ground.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was that first year of just no pressure, not needing to like.
No pressure.
Of course, there's pressure, but we basically agreed as a team. We're like, look, we're not going to try and sell something the first year. We're just gonna.
That's awesome. We're just going to create. We're just going to collaborate and go. How big was the team to start?
3 of us.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just 3 of us. And so, and that's where all this, all these shows and these movies came from, was that first year of just giving ourselves the space to be creative.
Now, you mentioned Netflix and that you were inspired by what you saw over there. Corey Carson on Netflix as well, this on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, how does that connection start? Like, again, it's so foreign to me to even understand how something goes from 3 people around a card table to hey, now we're on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, we were lucky because we come from Pixar. I think there was a little bit of like sort of pixie dust around us, right? I think our friends in the industry sort of were telling other people down in LA, like, hey, these 3 guys, they left Pixar, they started a new company.
Gotcha.
So that was enough to get our foot in the door for a lot of these meetings with these creative executives.
Okay.
But that's all it is, right? Like, you can't, based off of the fact that you're from Pixar doesn't mean that you're going to get a green light. So we really had to bring it in terms of the pitch, the pitches that we were developing and bringing to these studios. So every single pitch we did, it was like a 20 to 30 minute pitch that we storyboarded the entire episode, an entire episode of Go Go Corey Carson.
Okay.
We beatboarded the entire movie of In Your Dreams.
Oh, wow.
Because that was the way that we could prove to these executives that
we knew what we were doing.
Yeah, we knew what we were doing and we were capable filmmakers.
Okay.
So yeah, that's sort of how it happened.
And so then they say, okay, and then do you staff up like a crazy amount, or are you working with third parties?
No. So we staff up like a crazy amount.
Okay,
So on GoGo, we staffed up to about 40 people. So our business model is like we do all the pre-production. So we come up with a concept, we write everything, we storyboard everything, we design everything, we cut together the reels.
Okay.
And then we hire a production company, so a vendor, to do everything from like layout all the way to final imagery. So I don't know if you know that much about animation.
Not much, you know.
So it's basically like, we do a lot of drawing, a lot of drawing. But we're kind of like an architecture firm where we design the blueprints for the building and then we hire a bunch of general contractors to actually build it.
Okay.
So we do all the front end stuff and we hire a pipeline to actually execute and build the actual movie. Or the
awesome. Okay.
And so within Your Dreams, we worked with Sony Pictures ImageWorks. We got super lucky because I mean they're like the best pipeline that you can hire in the industry.
Yeah.
They did Spider-Verse, they did K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yep.
And so, they did our film. And so that was, so about 400 or 500 people on the film were from Sony Pictures ImageWorks. And then...
Do you know if a guy named Chris Anka worked on it?
I don't know.
I don't trust him. Okay, thanks. Go ahead.
Is he from Sony?
Yeah. Well, he works on Spider-Verse through that, yeah.
Okay.
I'm texting him now.
Is he an animator?
He draws as well. He started in comics and then he went over and he's been doing all that stuff there. Okay. So I think he might do, maybe it's the concept art. Like he designed 2099 Spider-Man for the movie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Did you?
Yeah, if he's on the art side, we probably didn't work with him because we do all the art stuff in-house.
Well, also your movie came out, so that, that usually is a sign he didn't work on it. Chris, where's Spider-Man 3? Where's Spider-Man 3, Chris? Long-running joke for a man we love who should not put up other shenanigans, but did.
So I don't know if he worked on it.
Fair enough. Yeah. I texted him. We'll see what he says on the way back. Don't worry. But he's probably asleep too because he's not making any movie. I'm kidding. Okay, that's rad. So then, I know you just said there's another I'm not trying to fish on what the next thing is.
Yeah.
But is that to a point where people are working on that? Or are you pitching?
No, we're pitching.
Okay.
We're pitching.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We, I've been so busy trying to finish this film.
Yeah.
That it's impossible to work on 2 things at the same time. Like
sure.
I'm just not. My brain doesn't function.
Are you still around that 40 mark right now for like in-house people, or is it even?
No. So we basically grow with production, and then we shrink when the production ends.
Sure,
So
you bring
we're
the
back
contractors obviously for the jobs you need at the time.
Yeah. So we're back down to our like core 6 or 7 people.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, at our height, we were like around 85 people when we had 2 productions going. So we had Go going at the same time as In Your Dreams started.
Yeah.
So that was our height. It was a lot of people to manage.
So then, you talk about, you didn't start this with dreams of taking over the world and entertainment and all that jazz.
Still don't want to do that.
I was going to say 10 years in, what is the vision now? Is it still
It's still just to make great art, I mean, I think that's what we started the company for. We just want to tell stories that we feel like maybe the bigger studios can't tell, because there's too much risk involved. We're very much like, we're trying to be independent filmmakers, as much as possible. And then it's nice to have the resources of a big studio, like when Netflix can give us the money to make a big budget movie like In Your Dreams.
Yeah.
But we want to retain as much of that independent sort of ethos as much as possible in our storytelling. So yeah, that's sort of the dream right now, is just to continue to making great stuff. I mean, I think ideally in the future, we've saved up some money, we can start financing our own stuff.
Of course.
That'll give us a lot more creative freedom.
Yeah.
So we'll see, if we can do that in the future. It's probably going to happen. It won't happen this year or next year, but maybe in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that tough In Your Dreams to work with Netflix and have, you have this vision for what it is? You've been gestating on it for so long to get there. And then obviously they're paying the bills. They're going to want certain things.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's actually been a fantastic partnership. We actually had a couple of different offers from other studios on In Your Dreams. But we went with Netflix because they had the same sort of creative vision that we had for the film. Like you talk about that real ending that we have.
Yeah.
They always wanted that.
Awesome.
And a lot of the other studios were like, can we make it a little bit more of a happy ending? Let's tie it up more with a bow. And we're like, no, that's not why we want to make this film.
Okay.
So it's been, incredible working with them. Of course they have notes, right? But a lot of those notes actually, I think they help the film because they have a lot of data. They have a lot of insights, right?
Yeah.
That, me as a filmmaker, I'm just going off of my intuition.
Yeah.
And that data can be really informative. And we did a bunch of focus group tests. That was really informative, really helpful, and like helping us shape, how intense to make some of the nightmares, right? Which jokes are landing, which ones aren't. So yeah, it's super. They've been just a fantastic.
One of my favorite jokes from the film. You can't bring home a C. I can if I apply myself.
I know, it's so good. That's so good. That joke was written by Michael McCullers. I don't know if you know him.
Michael. No, I don't know.
He wrote the Boss Baby movies.
Oh, okay.
He did the Austin Powers sequels.
Okay.
Fantastic writer, super funny. Yeah, he wrote that line. We're like, oh my God, that's so good.
Perfect. You got to put that in. Yeah. So then, Craig Robinson was nice enough to call into the show here. Like I said, you got Shang-Chi himself, Simu in there. How is that? How does that happen? Like, I guess, is it a budget? Netflix gives you a budget and you figure out how much it's going to cost, and you think about this, and then do you say you want people like that?
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Like, we have a casting director, and we'll work with her, and she'll tell us who she thinks would be good for each character and each role. And then I also have ideas of who I want. And so I'll pitch those to her, and she'll tell me, yes, you should work with them, or no, they're kind of difficult to work with.
No, they're terrible. You don't want them.
But I mean, Simu was always like at the top of my list, and I'm so lucky because one of my friends is a mutual friend with him. So we actually, when I cast him, it was before Shang-Chi even came out.
Oh wow!
So
you got it dirt cheap.
I sort of got the pre Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll see after Doomsday how much it's gonna cost you.
I mean, he had finished filming, but they delayed it because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it hadn't come out yet. And I still feel guilty about this to this day because at that point, even though the movie hadn't come out, everybody knew he was going to blow up, right?
Yeah.
And so he's
so good.
Yeah, and he's awesome, and he was offer only, and because he's the character is a musician and he sings in the film.
Yeah.
I was like, I know you're offer only, but this character, he sings, he's a musician, and I really want you to be able to sing this song, this original song that we have written.
And to be clear, for video game nerds like me, offer only means they don't audition.
They don't audition. Okay. Yeah, like you have to either give them the offer and they accept it or not. And they're not going to audition for you.
Yeah.
And I begged him, I was like, please, because a lot of films, like I grew up with like all the Disney films with the musicals, like the speaking
Jonathan
voice.
Taylor Thomas, and the Simba starts singing. You're like,
you're like, what?
TT.
Yeah, it always threw me off. I was like, I could always tell it was somebody different. And so I really wanted our main actor to be able to sing the song in the film. And I mean, he's such a gracious guy. He was like, no, I totally get it. He sent me a couple singing auditions and he was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then we gave him the role. And I'm so excited for people to like hear him sing because people don't know that about him. He's actually a really good singer.
Yeah. And I think it's one of the reasons that makes that dad character so endearing.
Yeah.
Right. Is that you see it. Right.
Yeah. You see he's talented and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, you should keep holding on to your dreams, man. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So that was super important. But yeah, that's how I got Simu roped into the film.
Yeah. And now you look at that. Craig Robinson knows you. You can text Craig Robinson. That's cool.
Yeah, I can.
That's cool.
We'll see whether or not he picks up.
Yeah. We'll see how long I can text him if I keep it up. We'll go that way.
Yeah.
Man.
And then the other person in the film that was an incredible find for us was Kristen Milioti.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we cast her before she even started filming for Penguin.
Yeah.
Because these movies take so long.
Of
Like,
course.
we started in 2020. We didn't finish till 2024.
Wow.
So and it's just been incredible seeing her get all her flowers, with the Emmy.
Oh yeah,
on
deservedly
Penguin.
so.
She's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
And she's an incredible singer too. I mean, she won a Grammy for her work on Once, the Broadway show.
Nice.
She was nominated for a Tony. So I keep telling her she's gonna win an EGOT. She's like, she's that level of talent.
And you can just text her too.
Yeah.
Look at
Well,
that. You're
again,
cool,
we'll see. We'll see if
Alex
she
is
texts me
cool.
back.
You can text me too. No big deal. Don't worry. I've done some VO. It doesn't matter. So then, like, where are you then at? The movie's out now. It's been out a few weeks.
Yeah.
Is it still? Are you hustling and doing more appearances, or is it winding down with the holidays now? And like,
Yeah, it's starting to wind down.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still pushing because award season is just around the corner.
right? Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
a lot of my job right now is like going to these screenings and Q&As and getting it in front of all these like voting members
Sure.
for all these different awards events. So but it is dying down. I mean, there was one day, the day before we launched, I did 42 interviews
Good
in one
Lord.
day. It was insane. And then I had to go right after that. I had to go do 2 screenings and a Q&A and then a presentation. Now I'm doing like maybe one thing a day.
Okay.
So it's much more manageable.
Are you to the point where you feel like you've heard every question under the sun? Like it's just like canned answers now of like,
A little bit, although your questions are very different.
no, fuck off.
No, I'm serious. No, they are. And I think it's because you're not, you don't come from the film world.
Sure.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
there's like a freshness to it.
I appreciate
This is actually one of the more enjoyable interviews.
Oh,
I'm doing
please keep saying it. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, this has been super fun. But yeah, I think most of the time the answers are the questions are the same, and
Yeah.
you try and find new ways to say the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one is very different, which is
I
nice.
appreciate that. Good. Thanks. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I love the film. I hope everybody goes and watches it. That's the big thing. In Your Dreams, available now on Netflix.
Yeah. Check it out. Tell us what you think.
Yeah,
You can DM me.
You answer. That was crazy. I fire off DMs people I never expect to get a response. I got a response. I guess that would be my question for you. What is the actionable item for the Kind of Funny audience? We are an actionable audience that takes care of people who are cool with us. And
Yeah,
clearly,
yeah.
you're cool.
Yeah.
What can they do? I mean, obviously, watch it, but then what helps you?
I mean, I think, on Netflix, I didn't know this. I just learned this, that there's like, there's like the like it, love it, not for me button.
Yeah.
So when you do the love it, it really triggers the algorithm to start sending it to other people.
Okay.
So that would, be super helpful.
Doing
But just, just telling your friend, if you like it, obviously, if you don't.
No. Even if you don't like it, guys.
But yeah, if you like it, just tell your friends and family about it, post some reviews on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just anything to, help us spread the word would be great.
And then selfishly, what about Corey Carson? What's going on with Corey Carson? Is there more Corey Carson coming?
We'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
It's surprising. Like it's had a lot of staying power.
Well, you guys were really smart, I feel personally, with doing like the holiday stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like Halloween.
Yeah, exactly. It
Corey
always
Carson's
comes
back
back.
in that carousel
Yeah.
of, all right, let's watch some Halloween stuff.
Yeah, and that was a call. That was a Netflix call. I mean,
Yeah.
originally we just wanted to do two contract seasons, which they broke up into like 6 regular seasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were like, hey, you know what? We actually think if you do some holiday specials,
Yeah.
it'll keep this thing alive. And so we're like, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I found that's something I found interesting being a parent now. And, the comparison to like when we had Ben in 2021, right? And then in 2022 of like watching Miss Rachel when she was like, it was like a really shitty green screen to where she is now. But like the cyclical nature of it, of Ben finding a cartoon and really enjoying like Paw Patrol or something, and now he's into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Transformers. but you go through those things and then they fall away from the pages. But then talking to other parents with younger kids or in a different, where they're finding it for the first time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, you go through this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, of course, because there's like new audience members,
Yeah.
especially in the young kids category all the time.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So yeah, I think it's had a lot of staying power, which is surprising to us.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see if they want to do another season.
This is, again, you tell me, because I would say, I'm not trying to insult you, but I don't even know if this would be an insulting question. Maybe I'm showing my own bias, but like, for Cuckoo, do you see it always being like kids, young adult, whatever, however you want to phrase it, or would you want to tackle something bigger, darker, or whatever?
I think at least under the Cuckoo brand, we'd probably stay with sort of family content, because that's, I mean, I love that space. I mean, all the movies that I grew up with in the 80s and that I love are like, it's like movies like Hook, like Labyrinth, like, you know, Back to the Future, like Goonies. I mean, those movies, I mean, Back to the Future is like for everybody. I mean, I actually like, you know, making films and TV shows that are for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Go-Go Corey Carson is an exception. It's a preschool show, but even with that, we tried to, the storytelling, we made it, you know, we tried to make it as sophisticated and layered, almost like a Pixar movie, that even adults and parents would enjoy it.
And that's the reason why it means so much to me, is that it is one of those ones. My son, you know, like most little boys, started obsessed with cars.
Yeah,
So it was that like car show, but you put it on, and I've many a time watching something with Jen, especially Corey Carson, though, turned to her and be like, I feel like the cartoons I watched were trash. Like they were just whatever, you know, Ghostbusters and this and what, but they didn't have like a actual through line plot that parents could enjoy. Whereas this, when I watch Corey Carson, like I'm like, hell yeah, this is funny. I love the Halloween episodes. You know,
that's a great one.
So much.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, I mean, that's what we try to do. You know, with all of our stuff, we try to make it appeal to everybody, and we try to make it layered. You know, so like kids can see it, enjoy it on one level, and parents can enjoy it on another level. So I think at least for Cuckoo, we'll still keep doing that stuff. I have a live action show that's more for adults that I've been developing.
Okay.
We probably won't do that under the Cuckoo brand. I mean, who knows? We'll see. Maybe it'll fit. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to be pitching that probably sometime next year, and so we'll see what happens with that show.
Are you, with both the unannounced thing that you talked about earlier for Cuckoo, and I assume for Cuckoo, and then now this show stuff?
Yeah.
Are you worried about that pitch process? We have a collaborator here named Gary Whitta. He wrote Star Wars Rogue One. He wrote Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Gary Whitta is a curmudgeon, and in general, constantly just talks about nothing's getting made. I can't do blah blah blah. Like, and I mean, it's like it's hard to separate. Is Gary being Gary, or is Hollywood actually troublesome right now?
Yeah.
Where are you in that conversation?
It's probably both.
Okay.
You know? Obviously, you know, there's a lot of consolidation happening.
I've noticed. Netflix is in those headlines occasionally. I've noticed.
I mean, I think you know, who knows what's going to happen and whether or not it's good for the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of fear, you know, I mean, I share that fear.
Of course.
In general, it's, you know, you don't want monopolization,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, I think a lot of these, you know, the more traditional legacy studios, they've been struggling. The business model is not, you know, it's not as robust as it used to be. People aren't going to the theaters as much.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's better than a PE company buying it and breaking it apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I will say that people are still greenlighting shows because there's still a demand. There's still people watching stuff.
Sure.
I think that the bar maybe is a little bit higher because it's not like during the streaming wars where like everybody everybody and their mother had a show. Right? Now they're a lot more discerning, which I think actually is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because there's just less crap out there, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I'm not too worried about the pitch process because we've done it before and we're able to make stuff. So we'll see. I mean, yeah, maybe that's naivete speaking.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being ignorant, but I'm not too worried. I think if you have a good show, like there's always going to be demand for that. You know. So
well, good. Well, you're quite good at it, Cuckoo. Remember, In Your Dreams, out right now on Netflix. Corey Carson, out right now on Netflix. Watch Corey Carson on top of this so I get another Corey Carson. Watch In Your Dreams, so of course we get a sequel to that as Craig wanted. You know what I mean? We need more Baloney Tony out there. Of course, Alex, thank you so much for coming by.
No, thanks,
where should people keep up with you?
I mean, we have our website, cuckoostudios.com. Cuckoo Studios has an Instagram. I have an Instagram. It's alex.woohoo.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those are probably the platforms. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know how to get on TikTok.
That's fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
We're too old to be on TikTok. It doesn't work. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, I mean, those are probably the best ways to reach out to us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Alex, for coming by.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
And thank you, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs for watching. Remember, In Your Dreams, available right now on Netflix. Remember, this has been the Kind of Funny Screencast, where we come to talk to you about all the cool entertainment stuff we love and need to talk more about, like Supergirl. Are you excited for Supergirl? I'm excited for Supergirl. I digress. This was about In Your Dreams. Watch In Your Dreams. Remember, of course, pick up a membership, Patreon, YouTube, Apple, and Spotify to support us and keep the lights and mics on. And until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.